We are at the Longhorn Steakhouse 5-Star Classic. I am Sly the Sports Guy, and we have a very special guest. A very special guest. We have a man who is an actor, a philanthropist, a director, producer, everything. The one and only, I'm talking about everybody's favorite, the one and only Mr. Clifton Powell. How you doing today, Mr. Powell?
Oh, man, it's such an honor to be here, I love the young people. I love basketball. I love high school sports because this is where you turn these guys into men. So it's good to be here. I'm here rooting for McKeitry, and of course, my little stepson, Malik Mays, number 15, plays on the freshman and the JV team. And then Coach Tree and his staff, man. This is our first year here, so glad to be here, man.
Well, that is perfect, man. I'm glad you stuck around for this one right here. You even got to see the home team McKeitry take away a win. So y'all got to take away a win. Now, when we see you, we know all the acting credits. Now, you had about 15 people walk by you and say something from Pinky, say something from Next Friday.
Yes, sir.
But our thing is, this is basketball, man.
Yes, sir.
What do you know about basketball? You're from D.C.
Well, I don't like to brag about it, but y'all might know my nephew. He's a sportscaster, James Brown. And I grew up in Parkside, Mayfair, Southeast, and I emulated him, but I couldn't play any basketball. But I ended up going to DeMatha. JB was a 4-time All-American, came out of DeMatha with Coach Morgan Wooten. And then, I kept getting in trouble. So I said, I better get out of this all-boys school. And I transferred, and that's how I got into acting. But I said, I'm going to try basketball over here. But lo and behold, my high school coach was Big John Thompson, Sr.
Big John Thompson.
Woo! I couldn't make that team, man. I came through, I played JV, and I knew I was going to make varsity, so I went on and got into acting.
Man, hey, you made the right choice,
yes,
man.
Sir.
You
yes,
made
sir.
the right choice. Now, you have done so many acting roles. I was going to pull it up. My screen went blank.
It's all good.
You've done so many acting roles. Now, we were walking down, and you were just people shouting Pinky, Pinky. They were saying some other things we can't say on air. But I'm going to put you on the spot. I know this is a hard question.
Yes, sir.
What do you think was your most favorite role that you played?
Well, I'm all the Friday stuff was just so nostalgic. Ray with Jamie Foxx and Regina King, and we're gonna give a shout out to my friend.
Yes.
Regina King, God rest in peace, her son, who is my son's friend. But a shout out to the King family, Ian, Regina, and the family. Ray was iconic, but I gotta tell you, man, my favorite role, other than all those I announced, was Selma Lord Selma when I was able to play Martin Luther King Jr.
Okay.
And a lot of people missed it. It's the civil rights movement from a kid's perspective. So when I booked that, man, I was like, well, I've arrived,
Man, that is awesome, man. Now, it's interesting. You talked about when you made that transfer, when you left DeMatha, and you decided acting would be your thing. How did you start off as a stage actor, or did you start off in television? How did you get started?
I started at a program in D.C., which is now Duke Ellington, called Workshop for Careers in the Arts. And Debbie Allen was my dance teacher. I took ballet. And I really wanted to be a football player. I wanted to be Charlie Taylor from the Washington football team.
Hey.
Man, that was my guy. So I kind of fell into the acting thing. And then I, stuck with it. And then I went to Emerson College in Boston.
Okay.
And then I went to New York for 10 years. And, of course, Denzel and Sam and Angela Bassett, we were all there struggling actors. And I did that 10, 15 years on that stage, man. That's what gives you that training. And then I got out to Hollywood in 89. So from 79 to 89, I was in New York doing the stage.
Wow, that's amazing, man.
Yes,
we're kind of tight, but it's something I have to talk about.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I am a huge fan of the show that you're on now, Saints and Sinners, man.
Oh.
And I hate to admit it, but I called in late. I called in like when you guys were on season 2, and somebody said, man, you got to watch this show, man. Man, what's going on with Saints and Sinners? When do we restart?
Well, thank you to all the men like you and women out there, and black, white, Latino, Asian that are watching that show. Man, we are in season 6, and I'm telling you, if you haven't seen this show, it's Vanessa Bell Calloway, myself, Christian Keys, Keith Robinson, Trey Chaney, Jasmine Burke, Dawn F. Kinney. It's a great show, man. Please go back to season 1 and follow it. We're in season 6. In fact, I'm shooting right down the street. Just got out of work this morning at 4 o'clock. Of course, I play Rex Fisher, which is a tough guy. A little switch from Pinky and Dr. King. But, man, I love the show because I read the scripts, and it's so much, man, it's so juicy. So make sure you tune in to season 6 and make it a hit.
You play that role. When you play that role, I know. I mean, it's like I know this guy, man. This is a tough role. Takes me back to Dead Presidents.
Man,
I tell you, I was scared of anybody eating on a lollipop when I saw Dead Presidents. I'm telling you.
And you know the funny thing about it, man, I tell people I've never been in trouble, never been arrested. I haven't had a fight since the 4th grade. It's all just training. A lot of times I tell young people, it's like we watching basketball. If you're a sophomore and you can't go left and you can't shoot, it's about development and training. So by the time you get to senior year, you're there. And that's all it is.
Man, this has been amazing. Thank you for sitting down and talking with us at half. We're about to jump back into this basketball action, but it has been my pleasure and my honor to sit down here and talk to you for a few seconds.
And I got to ask y'all a question real quick. Who you got?
Hey, I hate to say it, but I got to be impartial because I'm on here. But I think Newton's going to pull it out.
You think Newton's going to get it?
They're going to get me.